Number 23, Missouri, taking down South Carolina, 29-20. What was a really, really fun ball game on Saturday night. Let's go over the highest grade players, starting off with the Missouri Tigers. Highest grade player was edge rusher Zion Young, 78.2 grade. Sterling Webb, the D tackle, 77.6. Love that picture right there from Marquise Johnson. 75.8, the wide receiver. Ahmad Hardy, the running back, 73.5. Jamal Roberts, his partner in crime in that backfield, another grade at 73.5. And Bo Prabula with a 63.5 grade in the win for the Missouri Tigers. Go over the highest graded players, starting off for South Carolina. Gerald Kilgore, the safety, 73.9. Vicari Swain, the corner, 72.8. Gabriel Brownlow-Dindy, the D tackle, 71.4. Brian Thomas Jr., 71.4, the edge rusher. Vandrevius Jacobs, the wide receiver, 71.3. And Lenora Sellers with a 66 grade in the loss, the second straight loss now for South Carolina. Dawn, for you, what told the story of this game?
All right, two things. One, real quick. I'm a little annoyed with Missouri's kicker missing that extra point because I called this game to be 30-20.
Damn.
And it ended up 29-20.
We have not had any perfect scores yet, right, this year?
Not this year, no. I had one last year. I had Georgia beating Florida 34-20. I had Missouri 30-20.
You should have factored in college kickers, man. That's your fault.
They're getting better.
They are getting better, yeah.
All right, my real stat is something I talked about in the preview that has continued to be a bad trend for South Carolina. They only ran for 37 yards in this game. We're excluding sacks. Remember, 37 yards. 17 carries, 37 yards. First of all, they only ran the ball. They only decided to run the ball 30% of the time. South Carolina's not going to win like that. You can have Lenora Sellers all you want. You can have the Superman cape, and I get he had 4 big-time throws in this game. That was basically their whole offense. They're not going to win the game. They're not going to win games running 30% of the time. They're not going to win games rushing for 37 yards. None of their runs were longer than 7 yards. They only ran for 1 first down in this game. Right now, South Carolina, they're 106th in run blocking grade. They're not running the football well. In fact, Max, the 37 yards and the 16 yards after contact were the fewest we've ever tracked in a South Carolina game since 2014.
Jeez.
This was the worst, basically the worst rushing performance South Carolina's had in PFF history. They're not going to win games like this. They're just not. Their offensive line is not good enough right now. And for as good as Lenora Sellers is, and for as great as the highlights are and the 4 big-time throws and some of the plays how he can make with the deep ball and on the move, he is not consistent enough to underneath to carry this team through 50 dropbacks a game or whatever, however many he had in this game. They need to be balanced. If they're not balanced, they're just not a very good offense. I get it. I get the ceiling with Sellers. I get the ceiling with Nick Harbor. I get the deep ball and the flashy stuff. It makes for great highlights on the shows. This is not a consistent offense, and the fact that they can't run the football is very, very troubling. And I figured it would be a problem in this game with Missouri's run defense, and Josiah Trotter and those guys did a great job up front. But if this South Carolina team is just going to be, hey, Lenora, same as Klubnik at Clemson. It's really the same exact thing to me. If Sellers has to go out there and just, hey, man, just do what you can, they're not going to win a whole lot of ball games.
That's my stat right here. Sellers outgraded Bo Prabula in this game. He had a 66 grade. Bo Prabula below him at around a 63. Doesn't matter because South Carolina, Missouri can survive games when their quarterback is not outstanding. They can because they have an elite run game. They have a really good defense too, and great receivers. South Carolina can't. They need Lenora Sellers to be Superman for him. And Sellers had a decent game out there, right? He had over 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, 4 big-time throws, 2 turnover-worthy plays. How about this, Dalton? Led the team with 18 rushing yards. He led the team with 18 rushing yards in this game. Bo Prabula, again, was okay in this one, but they still won the game because they have plenty of other things to rely on in this one too. 171 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 1 big-time throw, 1 turnover-worthy play. He did run for 75 yards too, so he was really good on the ground for them in this game. But really, the stat for me is one team needs their quarterback to be superhuman. The other one, yeah, it'd be nice if he plays well, but they don't need him to play well to win these big ball games because Missouri is such a well-rounded team. South Carolina is not.
You want the rough stat for me that kind of says it all with where this South Carolina offense is at? Lenora Sellers' average depth of target in this game, 15.6 yards. That's all they got right now is just going up there and hacking for the fences and chucking deep balls. And the drives where he hits one, they score. And the drives where he doesn't, which, again, those are low percentage throws, even for a guy like Sellers, they're not going to. They're not a consistent offense in any way whatsoever. He can drag them to 20 points with a couple of homers. Other than that, they can't run the ball, and his underneath accuracy, to me, is still inconsistent. And the pocket presence, I mean, he's got to hold the ball back there too long. Because this cannot be, just like Clemson, this cannot be Lenore Sellers just putting the whole team on his back. He's not. He's not
Cam Newton.
He's really good. He's a great athlete. He's not Cam Newton. He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
And if they don't find, especially to me, a solution in the run game, they're going to be a borderline bowl 6-7 win team, and their defense is nowhere near what it was last year, which, again, you look at all the talent they drafted, that should have been obvious that they weren't going to be a top 5 defense again. So this South Carolina, they have a lot of concerns. There's a lot of concerns and a tough schedule coming.
Let's talk more about Missouri, though, because they are just red hot. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this Missouri team right now. And a guy, Dalton, that was hardly used in a weird way last year, but now has really become a star for this offense.
Yeah, he has. Look, Marquise Johnson and Kevin Coleman, for that matter, they're the two big receiving threats. But I want to point out Johnson in this game. Every time they needed a big catch, he gave it to him. 7 catches for 80 yards. And I think the big thing with Johnson, 5 first downs in this game. And for as much as he has the track level speed and he's that big time deep threat for them, he wasn't going to be that in this game, and he didn't have to be. All 7 of his catches, Max, under 20 air yards. He used to be just this deep threat that once a game you throw him a deep post to keep safeties honest. Now, if Marquise Johnson is a more complete receiver that they can use horizontally across the field, which is what you saw in this game, that's big time for him. That really is big time to diversify kind of that portfolio of what he can do as a route runner. I think that's huge, because in a game like this where, to me, South Carolina's secondary right now is the best part of their team, and they're not going to give up big shots over the top, Marquise Johnson being able to adjust and run different routes in this offense and still succeed, that's a huge development. Right now, you look at what Missouri's got going on offense. They're rolling. And they have balance. This looks so much more like the offense we saw 2 years ago.
Yes.
We were sitting there watching Ahmad Hardy and going, well, he's probably better, but you go, that's what it looked like with Cody Schrader 2 years ago.
Yes.
And Brady Cook and the play action and Burden and Weiss. It looks like this. Again, this is not what this offense looked like last year. That's what it looks like this year. They look fantastic.
Who was the backup to Cody Schrader that year? The running back. Because I believe they had a pretty good background. Let me find it right now.
Oh, I can't think of it right now. You're killing me.
Oh, Nathaniel Pete. I like Nathaniel Pete.
Yeah, but I mean,
Jamal Roberts is better than Nathaniel Pete.
Absolutely. No, I think this is a better set of backs. And Cody Schrader, I mean, he ran for over 1,600 yards. This offensive line was rolling in this game without Caden Green. Caden Green didn't even play in this game.
Yeah, the best offensive lineman.
Yeah. I mean, this is this Missouri offense right now. They have balance. This looks like the 2023 version of this offense. They're really dangerous against whoever they play against, especially the run game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going with Missouri running backs. My most impressive, Ahmad Hardy, 22 carries for 138 yards and a touchdown, 118 yards after contact, 9 broken tackles, a 41% broken tackle rate. Jamal Roberts, 13 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown, 57 yards after contact, 6 broken tackles, a 46% broken tackle rate. Ahmad Hardy right now is the favorite to win the Doak Walker Award. This guy leads the nation with 37 broken tackles in the year and 458 yards after contact on the year too. Also leads the Power 4 in total rushing yards. And then Jamal Roberts is one of the best number 2 backs in the country right now. And like I said before, Bo Pribula has played great ball this year. Wasn't perfect this week. He was okay overall, pretty solid game from him. But really, they relied on Ahmad Hardy and Jamal Roberts, and that's why this Missouri offense is so freaking dangerous, because they have stars on the offensive line, at running back, at quarterback, at wide receiver. They have a really well-rounded offense and a star at offensive coordinator in Kirby Moore, too. This Missouri offense, like you just said, Dalton, is very reminiscent of that 2023 version.
Those two guys, 2 of the top 25 rushing grades in the country. Hardy at an 89, Roberts at an 83. Just fantastic stuff so far from this run game, and the balance in their offense are incredibly dangerous.